Welcome to the Privileged Truth Podcast, where we give the unfiltered truth behind having pretty privilege. I'm your girl, Tanez J.
And it's your girl, Destiny Lynn. Welcome back, y'all.
Welcome back.
This is episode 7.
Episode 7.
If you are a subscriber that keeps coming back and has been supporting us and watching all the episodes, thank you. And if you're new, welcome. Oh, yeah. What's new, sis? Before we get into the topics, a little catch up.
Not really nothing much this week.
Really nothing.
Yeah. We pretty much did our catch up when we hung out this weekend.
When we hung out and we went out and was doing it for the plot, y'all.
Literally.
We do that a lot, though.
A lot of stuff is for the plot. But, yeah. How about you? You had any dates this week?
I have a date tomorrow.
Okay, tomorrow.
I do, okay. So I'll update y'all on the next episode. But we're gonna do something different this episode because we are introducing a new segment towards the end. So we're gonna start with the red flag, deal breaker, or no biggie, which you guys are familiar with. Yeah. But if you are new here,
we'll pick a topic from the box. It has a scenario on it, and then once we read the scenario, we'll just deem it as red flag, deal breaker, or no biggie, depending on how we would rate the topic or whatever. This one says, one of your friends always has a hot girls only vibe. She's obsessed with appearance, and every hangout seems to revolve around looks, fashion, and social status. Is this a fun beauty queen phase, or is this a toxic, shallow friendship? Red flag, deal breaker, or no biggie?
I would say no biggie, personally. Okay. I mean, I don't mind. I mean, it sounds like that this person would be my vibe, honestly. I mean, beauty, social status, I don't see what would be the issue. So I would say no biggie.
So when I just read it, I thought about hot girl being as though like she always like on the scene.
Oh,
like,
no.
Always outside. Is that not what it was given?
Can you read it one more time?
One of your friends always has a hot girls only vibe. She's obsessed with appearance, and every hangout seems to revolve around looks, fashion, and social status. Is this a fun beauty queen phase, or is this a toxic, shallow friendship?
So the looks, fashion, social status, and beauty, I guess
hot
that got
girls
me.
Only. Okay, so I'll take that back. Okay. I'm going to say no biggie because reading it again, hot girls only. I think it just gave more I'm going to say no biggie because it gave more the vibe of like she always wants like to look good. Mm-hmm. Like when we go out, we always like to look put together. Like
that's what I'm saying. That's why I said
we discuss like, all right, well, what's the look we going for tonight? Like we going super classy, a little chic. Yeah. Like so, yeah. I'm gonna say no biggie.
And then the places that we go to, we always have to dress up anyway. That's why I'm listening to it. Like okay, every time we step out, we got our face beat. Right. We looking nice. Like so.
I think the only other scenario would be like, all right, like. Are we doing like jeans and a cute top and heels, or is it like we going dress or skirt and something like that? But yeah, I'm gonna say no biggie for that.
Yeah, no biggie. For
I love a girl who likes to look good.
Yes, who's into herself.
Who's gonna put on a heel.
Who likes quality experiences.
Yes.
So that's no biggie for me. Yeah. First topic is friendship heartbreaks because I feel like we always talk about relationships and men and stuff. Yeah, the world don't revolve around men.
Absolutely not.
Because it revolves around women.
And sometimes those friendship breakups be a little worse than
they do
than a relationship breakup.
They do, but at the same time, I feel like sometimes women can be more lenient on a partner, but then on a friend, they really not so much forgiving and stuff. But either way, have you experienced a friendship heartbreak before?
So I have.
What's the earliest age you can remember?
I'm gonna say middle school. Was it really a friendship breakup? Because we lived like across the street from each other. So I feel like that it was like, all right, like we didn't talk at school. But knowing like I got to see you outside. So it's like, are we going to play outside or not? Like, are we going to talk outside? So I feel like probably that one was like more traumatic.
When I say friendship breakup, I'm saying a friendship that you felt like really impacted you. Like it really broke your heart or you was really hurt what this person did to you. Because you saying middle school, but I can remember not middle school, but I can remember being very young and just being very hurt. You know what I'm saying?
No.
So when was the first friendship that you really felt like, wow, like I didn't see this coming, like this really hurt me?
So like my childhood
the first friendship
friends
that you grieve, that you lost. What age were you?
Can we explain grieved?
When I say grieved, I'm
Because I
saying like
really feel like I don't be hurt enough. Not as a child, like not like a early friendship. An actual friendship heartbreak that I've experienced was more so like adulthood.
okay, well
Like,
let me talk about okay, what you just
yeah,
asked me,
yeah,
what is
yeah,
a
yeah.
friendship
So
heartbreak
I'm
to
a, I'm
me?
gonna let you speak on the.
Well, wait, I kind of said it. Like once, like something that really like impacted you. It was just like, wow, like you really hurt me. I didn't see this coming. Like I thought that we was better than that. Like it really just affected you. I'm saying you might have even cried.
No,
I mean, I am a
and I
cancer.
don't.
I'm a cancer, so I'm very emotional, and I overly invest in my friendships. So I can say that when
So
I lose people who I really have loved or I really thought was my friend, I have cried.
okay, so I'm gonna say like my childhood friends that we grew up with in church. And the reason why I'm saying like I didn't really grieve it is because I wasn't like so because we grew up in church together. I would have to see them every Wednesday, every Sunday, every Thursday, choir rehearsal. So it was like we
Y'all would have
are
to interact.
yeah, like we would have to eventually interact with each other.
Mm-hmm.
Now as growing up as teenagers, still the same friendship. It would be like, well, we ain't speaking, like we don't really got nothing to talk about, and it will go, maybe a month or two, us not speaking, and then eventually we sitting down talking because we grew up in the church. So it's like most of our hangouts was or seeing each other was in church, or it was like after church we're at each other's house, but it's still like
Yeah.
under the dynamics of being in church. With that, like I didn't really grieve those because I didn't really see them as like
Y'all was like real
we not
friends.
never gonna be friends again. Now
Yeah.
we did get to a point where we stopped being friends or we weren't talking as much, and this is because we had all we're grown now, so it's like we ain't going to church as much after the pandemic. Most of church was virtual, or whatever, so I'm not seeing them as much, and it was like
After the pandemic, you talking about adulthood now?
yeah.
Okay, you
So
saying these people that you grew up with in the
yeah, these
church,
are the
like
same the same people.
y'all knew each other even going into adulthood. You
Yeah,
saying? Oh, so
yeah,
you
yeah,
went
yeah,
to the
yeah.
same
But
church?
it was like
Oh, you like
after we started like not, going to church as much or being in church as much.
okay,
That's when it was like, all right, we really ain't talking. Like,
okay. It was like if it wasn't for church type friendship.
yeah, yeah. If it wasn't for church,
Yeah.
kind of like that. And then
Yeah.
over time, we kind of like had a talk, and we ended up building that friendship like
Okay.
back.
Just getting to know each other outside of the church.
Yeah, a little
Okay.
better. Now the adulthood friendship.
How old were you when you experienced your first adulthood friendship heartbreak?
23, 22,
23.
23.
Okay. And can you give us a little short
Yeah.
story about it?
We was working at the same job.
Okay.
So that's how we met. And then she ended up not working there no more.
Mhm.
And I stayed. Then it just became a thing of like we was talking and hanging out. And then one day she just like went ghost. Like, and when I say went ghost, don't ask me what happened because I really do not know. Like, I do not know.
Okay, so y'all worked at the same job. She stopped working there. Y'all was hanging out outside of the job.
Yeah.
And then one day,
She just went ghost.
you
Like,
just couldn't get in contact.
no social media, no text, no calls.
Did she block you on social media though?
She removed me, not blocked me. She removed me as a
Oh,
friend.
so that's when you said, "Oh, this is intentional."
Yeah, she removed me as a friend. And at that point, I just was like, all right, I'm gonna follow her too.
I mean, but did you seek
But
out
it-
answers?
So at the time, I ended up like texting her, like like what's going on, like why
Like, are
why
you
you getting
okay?
distant? Because around this time, like we was hanging, like we're grown, so like I'm in my own place, she in her own place, so we like hanging out all the time. Like you would not see her without me, or you would not see me without her, literally. We had just celebrated like my birthday or whatever in DC. This is also why it's weird because she like planned like this whole birthday thing, like this whole birthday weekend, like booked the hotel and literally got everything like for my birthday. We ended up going to dinner, and then after that, she
Immediately
kind of
after.
like
Like
went
immediately
ghost.
after the birthday weekend.
Probably like a week or so after. I ended up texting her saying like like what's going on, like why you distant or whatever. And she ended up explaining a personal
Okay.
event had occurred that she was going through. But at the time, like I couldn't be there, physically be there with you. I had to work. Like I don't, I couldn't physically be there with you. Like,
Yeah.
but I was prepared to be there after, prepared for the before, all that. I ended up asking her like, I don't think that's why, because I feel like with us being the friends that we are, you could have came to me, and then I'm explaining to you, you know, why I wasn't there, or you know what had happened. I ended up messaging her, and she just basically left it at that. I knew that it was something else because I kind of felt like that wasn't it. You went ghost, and I don't feel like that's the only reason why. I still till this day don't know why, but she ended up, like I said, going ghost. We hadn't spoke in a long time. We had like a mutual friend that worked at the same job as us, and it was kind of funny because me and her would hang out, but then like she started hanging out with her. It was like, why? Like, why y'all hanging out? Like, it's kind of weird. Like, y'all don't hang out. And then that same mutual friend ended up telling me, like, you know, like she wants to talk again. Like years later, like she wanna, like, you know, she asked me about you. She said that she was gonna message you. Is it okay? And I was like, yeah, like she can. Fast forward, we ended up talking, rebuilding the friendship. Was together all the time.
Yeah. And when we would have became friends again, I would have been like, so keep it real. Like, what
And
it was.
I really didn't
All
bring
this
it
time,
up.
I would have.
I really didn't bring it
I
up.
would have.
And then it happened again.
It happened again.
It happened again.
Like again, the
Literally.
same
thing.
scenario. Like just out
so
the blue.
in this scenario, it was more different. Like we were supposed to hang out and do stuff, and it was like every time we had plans, like the plans would get canceled, and then like I would see her doing the same thing that we were supposed to do with like our other friend.
Oh, I feel like she was probably jealous.
Yeah, like me being me. Like I said something again, I reached out. I said something again.
You just left it
I
at
didn't
that.
really get a response that was worth. Like I felt like was worth anything. You just saying something just to say it because it gave like, well, you always got an issue with me. And it's not that I always have an issue with you. I have an issue with how you do things. Meaning, if we have something planned and you cancel, you supposed to backtrack and plan something else, schedule again, not leave it at that and then plan it with your other friend. Like,
yeah, but I feel
so
like
now we don't speak again.
And you're not interested in rekindling because I wouldn't because she seemed like a jealous hater
I'm not,
from what I'm hearing.
I'm
Because
not
like, what was
really.
the reason? If
Yeah,
we was
once
really
I reached out at that point, that was your turn to fix the issue. Like I told you what the issue was. That was your time to fix it and be like, okay, you know, I understand what you're saying. We can do this, or I'll plan something next time and not cancel. You know, to make it right. You didn't really make it right. It just was I'm not speaking to you, and then it got to the point where now I'm out to close friends, but you still was in mine.
No, but
now
like
I'm not your friend at all on social media.
Yeah.
So
I feel like people who say stuff like you always got a problem with me, they lack accountability.
yeah,
Like that's just like an excuse
Yeah,
to not want
always.
to be 100. Like,
and own up that you're really the problem this time. Like,
but it's not even about the problem. But if you got a problem with me, tell me what it is. Tell me what it is. I mean, if we really friends, you should be able to confront me. Like, why everything got to be you always got an issue? Huh? Address what I'm saying to you.
Right.
Like, I'm not trying to fight you. I'm not trying to argue with you. So,
And I feel like I'm not really, when it comes to my friends, I'm not really confrontational. Like, I'm gonna talk to you. We're gonna sit down like adults and we're gonna talk. You say what you gotta say. I'm gonna say what I gotta say. But we're going to consider each other's feelings, and we're gonna figure out how we're gonna move forward from this. I'm more so that friend. I'm not arguing with my friends because at that point we're not friends if we're arguing. If we always gotta beef, we're not friends, and I don't beef with my friends. So it's either we gonna talk about it and get past it, or I'm gonna give you your time to get over it. And when you ready to talk, either way, a conversation is gonna be had.
But I'm not a sweep stuff under the rug type of person.
Yeah.
At all. Like I have a friendship, honestly, one of my most recent, like close people, not most recent, but I'm saying in my adulthood, and we have not spoken because I addressed something with her and she told me like right now I really don't have an answer for you, but when I do I'll reach out and let you know when I'm ready to talk. We ain't talked since then.
Oh wow.
We have not talked since then because I'm trying to understand why you moving funny.
Right.
And I'm confronting you, and that's the answer that you have. I'm more than open to talk, but I'm not reaching back up to you.
Yeah.
Especially when I've been nothing but a friend to you. Like I feel like that's weird energy.
Yeah, we're not doing that. But before we move on, I'm gonna give you a chance to talk about your earlier childhood. Because you're
like
Cancer,
I said,
and you
I'm very emotional.
the friendship.
Yes, water signs are very, very emotional. If you know any water signs,
yes.
okay,
I know a few.
Are they emotional people?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And I'm a fire sign.
Real personal like people. Yeah, well, both of my friendship heartbreaks came from people who I was friends with in the same friend group. And both of them, honestly, the issues about the friendships was about a boy. Both
Oh,
of them.
oh.
One of the friends, she had a baby by the boy that I was dating, that I had liked. That was my boyfriend. 15, 14, my boyfriend.
Right.
And the other one, we ended up fighting. Yes.
Over the boy?
She wanted to fight me, and I guess it was over the boy. That was my first fight and last in life.
Oh, wow.
I was deeply hurt by both of these friendships because I really was a good friend, and I did not see how the friendships ended. I did not see that coming.
Mm-hmm.
But obviously, I was more of a friend to them, and I thought more than they thought of me.
Mm-hmm.
So, child, that's what it was.
What about high school friendships? Did you have a big friend group in high school?
I had a friend group. However, I feel like that friend group that I had, I feel like they was more of a clique, but I was the type of person that I explored other friendships with other people.
Okay.
That fight happened when I was in high school. That happened in like the 9th grade, but she went to a different school. When it came to us going to high school, we were supposed to go to the same high school, but my mother was like, no, y'all not being together in high school because that's not gonna be nothing but trouble.
Yeah.
But no, in high school I didn't have no friendship heartbreak. However, I did have a little situation about a boy again. It wasn't even my boy. Yeah, I had a friend group. Sometimes when you have a friend group, they expect you to stay in that group,
Yeah.
and it's like it's a problem if you go outside the
Right.
group and you cool with somebody else.
That's why I'm saying, like, a lot of the friendships that I had, the ones that really affected me had to be like adulthood. Because even in high school, like, it's kind of like the same thing. It was cliquey.
Yeah,
And it was like we
it
all
was.
was one big friend group, and then it was like
Yeah.
a few other people decided to
Yeah.
start hanging with like the class that was above us. So now they
Yeah.
friends, and that's a whole nother clique outside of the main clique. It just was too much, girl. We stayed in there going dean's office, always getting talked to. We always ready to fight.
Always
like,
catty drama.
Yeah, and it's like until this day, I literally only talk to one person from high school.
Girl,
Literally.
Well, that friend group, I don't talk to none of them.
Okay.
We friends on social media though. They watch me. I can't say the same
Yeah.
because I don't watch people who I don't
Yeah.
just take no interest in, or just not even take interest in. But it's a lot of people on Instagram that I mute. Even some people who got me and they close friends, I will mute you. However, I do have a high school best friend. He was outside of the friend group. It was a guy, and we're still friends. But other than that, girl.
That's good. I'm glad to hear that y'all still friends. 'Cause I
Yeah.
think I asked you about him. Like, was y'all
He
still
lives in
friends?
another state though, so
Yeah.
you know it's a long distance friendship, but we are still friends. So
Moving on to topic 2.
moving on, do you feel like those friendships impacted you as far as like the type of friend that you are, or how you approach women with like friendships?
I feel like the friendship that I talked about last episode, it didn't really impact the way that I deal with people. It gave me a sense of like knowing when to separate yourself. If that makes sense. Like we were friends, but we were total opposites. The one thing that we had in common, I changed myself to adapt to. So
And what was that one thing for people who did?
I became like an outside girl,
Yeah.
like the
On the
streets,
scene
on the
person.
scene,
Yeah.
yeah, like clubbing and all that. Like that was the one thing that we literally had in common.
That y'all bonded over. That y'all was like,
that we bonded over.
Like, we
outside of the
outside
fact that we
partners.
did work, we worked together too. But it was like that's it really came from like us hanging out. Like I said, like I had never been outside, so her like introducing me to like the outside scene.
Yeah.
It was like, oh, all right, like you know.
You know what's crazy though? I never, when it comes, because I heard you say before that you had met the other person at work.
Yeah.
When it comes to me and my job, I don't be trying to be friends with nobody.
See,
At work, they think that I'm a mute. They probably, I'm
yeah.
like very to myself. I don't say nothing to nobody. Like, honestly, most of the time I probably got in my AirPods. This is my job. That's how I look at it.
Okay.
I don't try to pursue no relationships because I feel like people get petty and I don't have time to put my livelihood in jeopardy. So I would
Yeah.
just rather not.
It actually was the same job that I met both of them at. So
Where y'all was working at?
IKEA's call center.
Oh, that's y'all wasn't there doing no work.
So yeah, so this is why it became. It was more so of like you could build friendships at work because
we sitting in the room all day together.
We're literally all in a room in a space, literally right next to each other. Like it wasn't like you had a cubicle, I had no. It was like desks, and then it was like a little wedge between y'all, but this is not coming all the way out to the season. We over at each other's desks, like in free time. We going to lunch together because it was like they broke up our schedule, so it was like it was the 8 to 4:30 crew, and then it was like the 9 to 5 crew, and then you had the 10 to 6:30. So it was like,
and I would have been a 10 to 6:30.
Oh no, you couldn't pick.
You couldn't pick?
No, it was random.
Oh.
So when I started working there, luckily when I started working there, I got in on the 8 to 4:30 shift. When she started working there, she got in on the 10 to 6:30 shift. By 10 o'clock, I'm getting ready to go on break. She just coming to work. It was like we seeing each other every single day. And we had training together too. So even outside of that, like during the training hours, we was seeing each other all the time. With us being in the one little training group that we was in, we all talked. It just was like
we're all in.
Like it was like older people in the training too. We were the younger because it was like we connected more because we younger. That's what really like sparked the friendship. Same with the other girls. So yeah. But I don't think like I said, like that more so it doesn't impact like my friendships, but it impacted me in a sense of like being with her all the time. I kind of like abandoned my other friends because it was like, all right, we going outside. Y'all just want to talk on the phone, or like y'all just want to go get brunch. Like I go with y'all to get brunch, but after that I'm going with her. Like we outside. Like
y'all
like,
go
really
get out in the
outside.
field. If you go and get up with me, we can eat out there.
I feel like I'm the same with like all of my friends. I'm an easygoing person. I'm not confrontational with my friends. So any of my friends will tell you I'm the same with each and every one of them. Like I adjust to their personalities and their emotions and how they handle things when it's time to. But overall, each friend is gonna get the same me. I'm not more close to one friend than I am with the next. Like no, and I don't have a friend group where it's like all of us are friends or we know each other. Like I have like a friend group where it's like I know everybody, but nobody knows the other person except for like the friends that I grew up with in church, and then one other friend that me and her have together. That's a mutual friend. But outside of that, I don't have like a large friend group where it's like everybody knows each other. But everybody gets the same me.
Do you feel like if you introduced all your friends, they would like each other? Like they would like vibe with each other?
The friends that are still in the circle, yes.
Oh, currently? Yes. Oh, okay. Yes. Okay.
Like I never dealt with people that was like, because like I said, I'm not confrontational. So if you one of them people that's like, you always got an issue, we won't be friends. So I don't feel like any of them it would be an issue. Now, you might experience a different vibe from them, but that's different from ours, and it's like that's where it comes into play of like I know how to get certain friends. You know, I know these friends are click because we can do this together, and then these friends are click because we can do this together. But if I got everybody together for a dinner, birthday, or like that'll be something. But like I'm not getting everybody together and be like, oh, we can go to the hookah bar because everybody ain't doing it. Like that's not everybody vibe. Or we about to go to this expensive restaurant and just
because when they came to the strip club, y'all, she was like, yeah, we're going to dinner, but you don't have to go to the strip club. And I'm like, what? And it boiled down to it. I was like, yeah, I probably won't go. In the back of my head, when it was coming closer to the day, I was like, I probably won't go. However, I do want to go, but I have to be in the mood for stuff like that.
Yeah, and that's how I feel. I gotta be in the mood.
Yeah.
Like, and the birthday just happened to be the mood. But then I haven't been in like over a year.
It's like I said, we almost 30. And just to like think back on like some friendships I had and stuff, like literally it's not a friendship that I lost that like I want back or that I missed. Because I feel like that was all about me evolving and growing. Like we just don't align with each other.
Yeah.
However, like I said, that one friendship, I would love to hear but if that don't happen either, I'm not upset. Because I know who I've been to people.
Right. Yeah.
If you felt like, I wasn't of value to your life, obviously I didn't mean that much to you. So that's fine with me.
And to the next topic on friendships, how to know when a friendship has expired. Whether you had a conversation with a friend or not, it's just like, when do you realize like this is not gonna benefit me? Like it no longer serves me in the season that I'm transitioning into.
It's hard for me to answer that because for the longest time, I had no problem with continuing relationships with people that I really ain't have really much more in common. And I'm saying
Right.
evolving as a woman. You know what I'm saying? Growing up and just stuff I'm interested in and just stuff they doing, just stagnant, the victimized attitude. Why is
Yeah.
this not happening for me? I'm not like that.
Yeah.
That shit get draining eventually.
Yeah.
To be friends with somebody who is just like,
Right.
do better. Honestly, do fucking better. Like, you're the one who in control of your life. So if you want change, you the one that gotta make it.
Yeah.
Like, and then it's like when you start to be the person who's telling a person, it's like you annoying to them
Yeah.
because you're not having that people pleasing attitude.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? No, I'm a person who won't be for real with you.
It shouldn't come off as me like talking down on you or anything like that. As a
it
friend, like
shouldn't.
I always want the best for my friends. So if I'm saying something to you and I'm only saying something to you because you've brought it to me multiple times, in that sense, not speaking on, because I don't really like to speak on like situations that maybe I've seen it or peeped in. You ain't really peeping yet, like those abusive relationships. So like all right, you talking to a guy that's married, like I don't agree with that, but I'm gonna wait for you to when you say something to me about it, then that's my opportunity to say something to you.
You with an abusive guy, or
yeah, like
or
what what do you?
I see the trace, like no,
Right.
sis, like he controlling, or no, don't do it. I'm telling
Yeah.
you, and it's like you telling somebody that because you care about them, but they looking at it like you hating on
Yeah.
them, or like,
Or it's like you just don't want me to be with nobody.
it's like okay,
Yeah, I feel like for me knowing when the friendship has expired came from knowing the type of person that I am and where I saw myself and the type of woman I wanted to be. With the friendships ending,
can you drink some of your drink? Cause it's no, you did.
I
Okay.
did
A little bit.
Yeah,
Okay.
I drank. We got the same amount.
Okay, not really. My
Cut me off to say
kind of no, because
drink some. You know what?
I hadn't seen you take a sip, and I'm like, please, just take a sip.
Do y'all see this?
Right.
This is when we go out too.
No, because
can you drink your drink? I'm about to get us another one. Can you drink that one?
No, I take it easy now because I liquor and me don't really go together. Or maybe I gotta find a different liquor. I like tequila, but
Yeah,
lately
I'm
I
off
don't be
that.
feeling good. That's
I'm
why I
off
keep
that.
it at one drink minimum now. When we
Cocktail,
go out, I'm getting
shots,
old.
ain't
Yeah,
it?
can't do it.
But yeah, back to what I was saying. I feel like I knew the type of woman I wanted to be, and I knew that those friendships didn't align. And it was like once those friendships ended, yeah, I was upset, but it was also kind of a thing of like, if you didn't leave, I wouldn't have left.
Were you upset or were you hurt?
I was hurt because I
Yeah.
felt like with the one friendship, it was like missing out. I'm missing out. Like we was always hanging out. Like I'm always like, dang, like who I'm gonna go outside with now? I'm not. And it was like, girl, that's not even what you want to do. Like you're literally tired of going outside, but as long as this person is around inviting you to stuff, you're going. You going. Like you getting up, you getting dressed, you putting on clothes.
What did you feel like you was missing out on though?
In my mind, that's what I'm saying. Like I felt like I was missing out on being outside. Like. And it was like, that's not, you don't even want to go outside. When you get outside, you're irritated and you're ready to go home. And I just felt like I was missing out on a scene because I was losing this person. And that was the only thing that we connected on. With the previous friendship, it was like we did stuff together. So I always had somebody to do stuff with. And when that ended, I had to realize that it was like, you're alone, but you're not lonely. So you can do stuff by yourself. Like you don't have to depend on your friends to be like, oh, I want to do this, or I can only do this if I had somebody with me. Like, so now I've learned to like go out by yourself. Like if it's stuff that you want to do and
yeah,
you in the space of being like, I can do it, I can get up and go. Cause that was another thing. Like I don't have a lot of friends who have kids either. Probably about 2 of them have kids, but the one that I was hanging out with outside, she had a son, but it was like he was old enough, so it was like he could stay in the house by himself. We still outside. After those friendships, I really had to learn to be like, you don't need people to do stuff. And it was like you were dependent on these people, like codependent on these people. Like that's why you grieved the friendship so much. It was nothing else outside of the friendships for you to grieve. It wasn't like, oh, this person was really like compassionate. I could really talk to them about anything, or it was like they. Not saying that the friendships were meaningless, because it was like we did talk about stuff, but I feel like the grieving came from not having them around. And it was in a sense of like, you don't have this person around, you're grieving them because when you want to go out, now you don't got nobody to go to brunch with. Now you don't got nobody to go to happy hour with. Now you don't got nobody to call and be like, oh, I saw this activity, like let's do it. Like now you don't have nobody, so now you're really grieving because you really don't have nobody. And now like saying it sounds selfish.
Got a girlfriend now, or girl?
Yeah,
the drama on the same drama. Yeah.
And then that person is like, you ain't outside now. You ain't. So what you gonna do? You ain't getting no section by yourself, or for you to sit in.
Yeah.
So now you about to miss out on outside. And then I really had to sit and think like, yo, I really don't even like outside. Like, it was cool for a time, but like doing the same shit every weekend, seeing the same people every weekend, like, you're really not happy. And you and this person really don't really got a real friendship outside. Like, y'all bond over outside. Because when outside is over with, it's like, it even became a thing to where like this person was like working at the club or whatever, and you going to the club every weekend with this person making money every weekend. You ain't making nothing. You just in the club. This person ain't put you on and be like, sis, like, I'm working the door this week.
Is this the person you supposed to do the ball to the class with?
Yeah.
Oh,
sis, I'm working the door this weekend. Like, you in the you with me every Sunday.
I'm gonna get you in there, sis.
Every Sunday. So you want to be a bottle girl, you want you hookah girl, something. Like, if I'm making money in the club every weekend we out, you making some money. It wasn't that. And I literally was and when I really thought about it, I'm like, yo, like, you really wasn't getting nothing. You was outside. But yo, your friend was outside. She was getting the bag. You was outside. Like,
be outside. She outside.
Sitting in a section drinking. You gonna get that anyway. You pretty. Like, a nigga gonna pour you a drink. Like,
for sure.
Ain't nothing. A nigga gonna pour you a drink. And then you ain't never been outside. So these niggas just seeing you and they like, oh, who is that? You gonna get a drink? That ain't nothing. You gonna get a seat? That ain't nothing. You really wasn't getting no money. And your friends was getting, oh, since I made this, I made 2 L's in one night. Like, and it really didn't hit me until I really sat down and was like, yo, like,
that's crazy.
I'm really outside, and
just to be outside.
You ain't really my friend for real. Like, I'm convenient because I'm always going out with you, and I'm always the friend that you can call. I'm gonna get up and go, and I'm gonna come with you, but I ain't the friend you gonna put on. I ain't that much of a friend to be like, all right, like, I'm gonna work the door today, this Sunday, and then next Sunday I'll let you work it so you can get a bag too, and then we rotate. It was nothing like that. Nothing like that. So in that instance, like, once I really realized like what it was for, I can't. That's why I don't grieve it. Like, I don't grieve a friendship, because when I was grieving it, what you was grieving about? You was grieving because you felt like you were losing something, and it was something that you really didn't care about. Like, you can go, like I said, I can go out by myself. Like, and now I do. Like, wow. In another instance, like, I'll call you, like, what you want? Like, sis, like, I got no friend that's gonna go outside with me. Like,
friend though.
Yeah, like, and I no longer have the desire to be outside, and I've expressed that too. Like, I don't have a desire to be outside.
Yeah,
I gotta really be in the mood to be like,
me too.
We ready to go get some hookah, and we ready to do this, or I gotta be a little irritated about something, like, and now I'm outside because that's the only thing to do. But I don't have that desire to be on the scene no more. So it was like, I felt like that friendship would have eventually died.
Yeah.
Either
way.
Yeah.
We both talked about basically being not the problem. Feeling like we weren't the demise of a friendship. So have you ever felt like you were the reason that a friendship came to the end?
I'm not gonna do anything to like jeopardize
Mhm.
the friendship. And like I said, I'm
Mhm.
not confrontational. I don't beef with my friends. So if we're beefing, we're not friends. I feel like the only part that I will play in a friendship ending will be me speaking up about something that I didn't like, and you
Yeah.
expected me to just be quiet and not say anything. Outside of that, it would literally just be the fact that like I'm not saying anything. Like I didn't got to the point where I'm not saying nothing to you. Like you know the weird shit you did. You know the weird shit that you're doing. As grown
Yeah.
adults, I don't feel the need to confront you anymore. If you once you realize what you did and you decide that you want to come back around and you want to apologize and we could talk, then
Yeah.
we could talk. Other than that, I'm not reaching out to say, are you upset that I said this? I didn't know because I meant what I said. I feel like a lot of my friendships end too because of my birthday. Like they always end around my birthday, and that's because people we want you to do the shit that they want to do. It ain't your birthday. I'm not doing what you want me to do. That's why I always find a hard time with friendships literally around my birthday.
What did this birthday reveal? What did this birthday reveal? Oh, for our listeners, y'all gotta see her face.
This birthday revealed the same thing that it always do.
Same
People
thing.
don't really be for you. As long as you available when everybody else want to be available and you doing everything that everybody else want to do, everybody be fine.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to you and it's like, all right, like it's my birthday. This is what I want to do, and if I'm not accommodating you,
Yeah.
it's not beneficial, or you
Mm-hmm.
not saying nothing to me. You going ghost and all this other stuff. At this point, I don't got time for it. Like
I
it
don't
is what
blame
it
you.
is.
You're getting too old
Like
with that
I
shit.
I had a great birthday with the people who was around, who was supposed to be around.
Even though the plans didn't go as planned.
Yeah, even though the plans didn't go as planned. Oh well. And then a few of my friends, they couldn't at that time, but they made sure they were available at another time, set aside another time, another day to
Mm-hmm.
celebrate me.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
yeah, I just
Mm.
feel like at the age that I'm at now, all of my friendships have to serve a purpose. Like,
Mm.
and that's down to like if I get married one day, all of my friends that are around have to be able to be bridesmaids in my way. Like you have to be the type of friend I can say this person is going to be in my way. Or when it come down to it, I have kids one day. It's like these friends
Mm-hmm.
are my kids' godparents.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
even down to that. Or if I die today tomorrow, these friends, they them 6 friends is carrying that casket. Like
Mm-hmm.
my family don't gotta touch it because my friends got it. Like that's really what it is. Like business ventures, my friends, people that are around have to serve a purpose. Like each person has to hold a position and be able to. It's kind of like a job.
Yeah.
Like you have a certain position in my life, and you have to maintain it. You have to uphold it, and you have to abide by those standards to keep it.
Mm-hmm. As far as me, I wouldn't say honestly, I wouldn't say it was a time when I was a bad friend. However, I don't know. I guess it was. I did have a friendship, and y'all can in the comments, and you can tell me if I'm wrong. But I ain't think I was wrong. Like, tell me what you would have did. Okay, so it was a situation where I was dating somebody, and the person had like a little kickback or whatever, at an Airbnb. He invited his peoples, I invited my peoples, or whatever the case may be. So naturally, the woman and the man, you gravitate towards somebody of the opposite sex. But anyway, this one particular friend, she had gravitated towards this one guy. And the next morning, she said that this guy raped her. She didn't say rape, but she said that she told him no. She didn't say rape, but I mean, the fuck, that's
Right.
what rape is. She
Right.
said she told him no, and he still rammed it in anyway. That's what she said. So, do what would you would have did? That's my question. If you was me and she told you that, what would you would have did? If you the one who brought her around these people,
Right.
what would you would have
I'm
did?
on that nigga ass.
You're gonna do what?
I'm on that nigga ass. Why would you like? What's up? Why would you do that?
You're
At this,
you're gonna go to who?
I'm gonna go to him and address the situation. Because why would you do that? But then I'm gonna go to her to get the facts, and I'm comforting me. But I'm no. Why would you do that? I'm on defense about my friend at this point. Like why? Would you do that?
And that's what I did. I ain't go to him. I went to my peoples because I'm the one who brought y'all around these people. So I need you to check your friend.
Okay.
You know, I need you to check your friend. And of course, he was like, oh no, like I don't condone that at all. Right. Like this will be the end of our friendship if he did something like that.
Right.
So he confronted him. And he was like, that's a lie. Like, she was with it or whatever the case may be. And so he went back to her and was fussing her out and everything. She came to me and was fussing me out and everything because she was mad that I said something.
So why would you say something to me?
Why would you say something? Do you really think I'm going to hold something like that? Do you really think that I will hold something? I wouldn't hold something like that about any of my friends. Even if you said don't fucking say nothing. I'm saying something. I don't care.
Right.
I don't care. Because come on now, that's dead ass wrong.
And like you said, I brought y'all around each other. Like
I brought y'all around each other. So she was mad at me and she was fussing me out, and that was just the end of that friendship because I was just like, so is you lying? Because I'm trying to understand what you upset with me about. Right. I would hope you would have did the same for me.
Right.
So
yeah,
that was that. I don't know. Like I said, I don't feel like I was wrong. But that friendship ended after that. One little, I'm not gonna say little because it wasn't little to me, and that's why I said something.
Yeah.
But it ended after that, and we have not talked since.
That's insane.
It is.
I feel like we both experienced some great friendships and crazy friendships. We probably got story on story on story.
Yeah, but I'm happy with the friendships and the people that I have in my life now, especially where I'm going to see myself going. I'm not mad at it. So.
Before we close out, we want to introduce our new segment called Hop and We're Spiraling, where we discuss things from social media that we've been going down a rabbit hole with.
This segment was really inspired because literally we send each other stuff. And we be keeping up with stuff, stories, and yeah. So I thought it was just important for y'all to know the stuff that we paying attention to.
Because y'all probably be paying attention to the same stuff too. Like y'all, it's probably some of the same stuff that y'all be going down the rabbit hole too. And that was like, all right, we can talk about it.
This is just going to be anything that we just caught our attention on social media. So for me, I have been really tuned into the podcast Femme Queen Crazy Sexy Cool. Have you heard of that? I haven't
heard of it.
Basically, it's a podcast with 3 transsexuals.
Okay.
And they just talk about like their community. I've been watching that all week. Like I really
You had to send that to me because I haven't seen that.
Yeah, I will. No, I feel like you have watched the episode before. Or have you? Or maybe it was another one. No, you watched the one with Lucy Papers when she was on the
Oh, yes.
Yeah, but that was a different podcast.
Yes. Lupac now.
Yeah.
Thing has changed.
Shout out to Lee. No, but this one, girl, I love it because I feel like transsexuals, like they really embody, and I hope this don't feel that, but they embody what I feel like it is to be a woman. Even though, cause it's just like, and I don't know, like, it's just like so just intriguing to me because it's just like the way they dress, like they be beat down for the guys and just like their mannerisms and stuff. Yes. I just love it. I feel like they do being a woman and being a girl better than
women.
Better than a damn girl. Yes. So shout out to y'all. I'ma definitely send it to you.
That's funny you said that because I am like
I've been loving it.
Very tuned in with Blue. Like that's sis. Like that's my girl. Like even down to the way that they handle men.
Oh my gosh. It's just so like y'all could learn some stuff from the girls. So
definitely, they definitely drop gems. They definitely give the tea. It like you said, you can definitely learn from the girls. Literally.
So how about you?
I think for me, I've been going down a rabbit hole with Cash Doll and Zadarius because
and the baby father that's bitter
in the bitter baby father. Not so much. I haven't. Now, at one point, I was going down a rabbit hole before we found out about Zadarius. I was going down a rabbit hole with just her and Tracy, and it was more so like he really embodies a bitter baby daddy. Like You're the
I ain't heard from him that
cause
much since she
of,
left him.
before I get to that, you're the cause of why we're at where we're at. You cheated and you didn't own it. Then I left you and you thought that I couldn't.
And you thought it
And
was a
then,
game.
so
Not
now
even
you
that you
see me
couldn't.
moving on. I don't talk about you. I don't discuss you. I don't discuss our relationship.
I'm in
It's
a
like
public
you're,
relationship.
yeah,
Another
and I'm
one.
in a public relationship, moved
Another
on with
one.
my life, and I'm doing great. And it's like, you just still bitter. The recent thing that I saw, he had posted like him and a girl. And they was like on like live together. But it was like, we could tell like you doing this to try to get a reaction. You didn't get a reaction. So now it's like, what's my next move? But yeah, I've been going down the rabbit hole with them. Like, I love that they are just enjoying each other, enjoying each other's time. They both have 2 kids. I did see that he also has a daughter and a son. It's kind of like they had kids kind of a little bit around the same
They got
time.
young kids too. Like they both got babies.
And it's kind of like around, you know, like they had
I'm not
kids
mad
around
at
the
it.
same- I'm not mad at it either.
Not mad at it.
If I was a woman with kids and I dated a man with kids, it balanced out. Like their relationship balances out.
Not even that, but I feel like you gotta know when it's time to leave.
When it's time
to
leave.
move on.
When it's
Fuck
time
a
to leave.
baby.
No, for real.
And like he talking about Tracy, Cash Doll's baby father, who she left. Talking about, I'm just trying to see how, like, our baby 8 months, how you get in a relationship. Easy.
Right.
Easy.
The same way I left you to avoid her.
You ain't my father. You hers.
And putting her in a position to see you treat me bad.
Yeah, people thinking a baby gonna know. A baby not gonna do it.
It's not gonna do
Baby
it.
not gonna do it. And even if I do get that deep with somebody and they acting up, I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm just letting you know. So don't go there with me.
Don't.
You heard it here first.
Literally. Other things
that
we've been
wraps
going
it
down the
up.
rabbit hole with. That wraps up this episode. Thank you so much for tuning in. And make sure you guys
Thank
are following the
y'all.
podcast at The Privileged Truth. Also, make sure you're liking, commenting, and you're subscribing.
Make sure y'all are also following the Spotify because you definitely can listen in your car or at work. So yeah, until next time, thank y'all for tuning in again.
Cheers to being alone but not lonely, and to our beneficial connection.
Yes.